Let me know if you can see my screen, please.
Not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna start with this one, maybe. Do you see my screen now?
Oh yeah, we can.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna start. Okay, a good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. That's a phrase from Nelson Mandela. I'm Laura Serrano. Good morning. At this opportunity, I want to share with you a topic that deserves all our attention regarding the challenge that we might face being teachers, educating, and forming competent and functional human beings in every way. I'm going to talk about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to identify and manage our emotions as well as the emotions of others. Um, uh, Despite that rational intelligence impacts our performance, it's in the management of our emotions that we could find the tools to promote more stimulating, proactive, and assertive life environments. Mm, Simply put, emotional intelligence is that something that within us that help us to know how we feel and how connect with others and create a bond. Emotional intelligence is that capability to have an internal balance that allow us to have a good communication, to making good decisions, having effective relationships and keep our composure, even we are facing stressful situations. Emotional intelligence taps into two fundamental elements of human behavior that are distinct from your intellect. You can infer, you can predict emotional intelligence based on how smart a person is. Emotional intelligence is a flexible set of skills that can be acquired through the practice rather than rational intelligence that compromise just your ability to learn. Okay. Emotional intelligence involves four core skills that pair up into primary competences, personal competence, and social competence. Okay, personal competence compromises your self-awareness, self-management skills, which are your abilities to stay aware of your emotion and manage your behavior and tendencies. Self-awareness is your ability to accurately perceive your emotions and stay aware of them as the time that they happen. Self-management is your ability to use awareness of your emotions to stay flexible and positively direct your behavior. And social competence comprise social awareness of our ability to understand the emotions from others and to know what others think, what others feel, and relationship management is our ability to use our awareness about emotions and the emotions from others to handle good interactions in a successful way. Okay? How increase our emotional intelligence? Okay, anyone can learn handle their emotional intelligence. The communication between your rational and affective brains is the pathway for emotional intelligence. It starts in your spinal cord, and your primary sensors enter here and must travel to the front part of your brain before you can think in a rational way about your experience. However, first they travel within the limbic system, that is the place in your brain where the emotions are born. So we have an emotional reaction before you can think in a rational way about that emotion, about that situation. Emotional intelligence requires effective communications between your rational and your emotional centers of your brain. Okay? Plasticity is a term that the neurologists use to describe the capability that has our brain to change. We all can change. We are human beings in process, okay? As you discover and practices a new emotional intelligence, skills, the billions of neurons line the road between the rational and emotional parts of your brain. As you train your brain for practicing new emotional intelligent behaviors, your brain builds the pathways needed to make them into an habit. Okay, you start acting with emotional intelligence without even think about it. Okay, and just as your brain reinforces the use of new behaviors, the connections supporting all behaviors, all that bad behaviors, start to die as you learn to limit the use of them. Okay, psychologist Mark Brackett, the founder of the Yale Center of Emotional Intelligence, developed a system organized around the acronym RULER, is the ruler approach that for teaching that skills to children and teenagers in more than 2,000 schools around the world. But this approach can help us to improve our emotional intelligence. The first part is R, recognizing emotions
sorry, Laura.
in self and others.
Please start to conclude. 30 seconds.
Okay. Understanding the causes of consequence and being emotional accurately, expressing emotions appropriately, and regulating emotions effectively. Learning how to handle emotions allows us to understand that our feelings are not our enemies. And as teachers, and that's my primary goal to this exposition, is that we have to learn to handle our capability to understand our feelings and being emotional involved, to take the abilities from our students to the next level. Thanks for your attention.
All right, there you go, Laura. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Please, everybody in the chat, write your answers. And my dear Laura, get ready, of course, to answer them.
Let me,
All
I
right.
can stop sharing my screen now.
Oh yeah, it's okay. But is that a question?
Yeah, I did it wrong. I know.
Can I?
Yeah, can I? Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Well, let's see these cool questions. Oh, this is a cool question from Luis Nunez. Does depression affect emotional intelligence? Oof, that's a cool question. So, my dear, Luis Carlos Nunez, you are merciless with your questions. All right, this is very interesting. My dear Laura, whenever you want, whenever you can.
I'm prepared for solving that.
All right,
Okay.
please take your time because it's 1 minute. Come on.
Yeah, actually, depression is an emotion. It's a bad emotion. It's an emotion that is low in energy, as the ruler approach said. It's low in energy and low in pleasantness. So the ruler approach tells us about handle our emotions in a positive way. But the first step is to recognize that you have depression. Okay. If you recognize that you have depression, you try a strategy to solve that depression with the help of your family, with the help of a therapist, maybe with the help of a friend. But the first time is recognizing that you are depressed and that you have to solve that for being emotional intelligent. Thanks for your question.
All right, all right. I understood. That was good. All right, this is Jimmy. He says, tell about 8 intelligences identified by Howard Gardner. Are there relation with them? Yeah, the problem is the question itself. It's the conjugation. Tell about 8 intelligences identified by Howard Gardner. Okay, capital letter, Jimmy. Howard Gardner is a name. Are there relation with the, well, I don't know. Maybe is there a relation between the multiple intelligences by Howard Gardner and the exposition that you just did, Laura? Do you think? Is there a relationship there?
I know what is the intention of the question, but I don't have as much information. I'm not a psychologist, so I don't have much information about that. But I can tell you that emotional intelligence implies a holistic way to handle our emotions. It's like you um, give permission to your brain, to your body to feel. It's about that. This is the reason that this approach has been applicable in schools around the world, because it's a good way to improve the academical competence from our students, because they can feel engaged with the learning process, they can feel
All
comfortable,
right.
they
Time's
can feel
over. Time's over.
involved
We're
with the
going.
classroom and with the teachers, and that's a good strategy for helping our students.
All right. All right. Time control. Time control. All right. Mr. Ceballos, please. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, look at my question, my dear Laura. Do you consider you are good at dealing with depression or like these bad feelings that we can get across at some point in our lives? This is a personal opinion.
Okay. I don't know. Emotional intelligence is not the panacea, okay? It's not about that this strategy could avoid all the bad feelings that we have. But if you act in an emotional intelligent way, you understand that that feeling, that emotion can be transformed to a positive one. Okay, so you can handle with that emotion, recognize it, name it, and treat it like you are having a disease or something like that. You have to find the cure for being stable in your mind.
All right, all right. And look at
And that's
Mr.
what I think
Ceballos'
about
last
it.
question.
Luis Carlos Ceballos, okay. What's your advice to improve emotional intelligence? Actually, my advice is to follow the ruler approach. The first step is recognizing emotions in self and others. It means develop empathy, okay? The second is understanding the causes and the consequences of the emotions, okay? And the third one is labeling emotions accurately, okay? If you're stressed, call it stress. If you are sad, call it sad. The next step is expressing. Is talking about your feelings, about your emotions, because in that way you find the strategies to solve them. And the final part that is critical is regulating emotions efficiently. Entonces, so sorry for the word in Spanish. Regulating emotions accurately to
All
have
right.
a good
Time is over.
to
I'm
have
sorry.
okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay. But I see that you don't control your time. You don't, I don't know. Okay, be careful.
I have problems with that because I don't have my cell phone here because
All right.
it's broken. It's broken, and I have the chronometer in the screen of my computer.
All right.
And I start speaking, and then I put it to start. So that's the difference on seconds.
It's all right. It's all right. Well, my dear Laura, that was an outstanding presentation. First, you all right. The feedback about pronunciation is actually very short. You know, watch out with the way you say identify. All right,
Yeah.
nor e. All right. Um,
Okay.
two little conjugations because you are talking about emotional intelligence, and that's one
Yeah.
intelligence, so it's singular. And you say allow when it was allows, and you say
Allows. Okay.
compromise when it was compromises. All right.
Compromise.
So be careful with that
Okay.
one. Watch out with the pronunciation of predict. All right.
Predictable.
Yeah,
Predict.
there you go.
Okay.
In two sentences that you mentioned, you say two verbs without ing or two in the middle, like
Okay.
learn, handle. You know what the mistake is?
Learning. Like, yeah, I know that. I
Yeah,
realize now.
learn to handle or how to handle something. All right. Uh, all right. This is probably everything about pronunciation. Now, couple things
Okay.
about grammar. Couple things about grammar, like um, you say a sentence at the end of a good, you know, a good speech. You say the use of them, their use. All right, that's that's why you have. Sorry, that's why we
They
have.
use sash. They use sash. They use sash of them. That
No,
was
no, no, no,
the
no, no.
sentence that I was looking.
No, it's not about the word use or usage. It's about them
Okay.
as a pronoun object and their as a possessive. So like
Ah,
the
okay.
use of
Okay.
them,
Okay.
no, just their use. There you go. Watch
Okay.
out with the pronunciation. For example, in two occasions, my dear Laura, the organization of adjectives and nouns. In an
Ah,
example
yeah.
here, a
I
system,
can't believe that. Okay.
yes, a
Okay.
system organized. There you go.
Organized system. Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah, but watch out with that ed. Organized, organized, not
Yeah,
organized.
I'm working on that. I'm
Yeah, there you
working
go.
on that. I'm working hard in that
It's
because
okay. It's okay.
you are like
And
a ghost in my okay.
all right, it's okay. And
You're
you
advised
say
in a positive way. I'm saying in a positive way.
cool, cool, and you say that skills.
Those.
There you go. There you go. And there is the last thing. There is a big difference between ruler and rule.
Yeah. I said rule.
You say ruler.
Oh my God. I ruler. Yeah,
No.
ruler.
Yeah, but what is a ruler and what is a rule?
Um, but I don't know, teacher, because ruler is the name of the approach, actually.
Well, like when you say like the three rulers of the no, the three rules of blah 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 blah. Because ruler is well, I don't have one here. Is the object
but
we use?
I don't know how, and so I don't know how to solve that because ruler is the common noun that that refers to that approach. Okay, so
Really?
I don't know how. Yeah,
Well, you need
yeah,
to show me
ruler.
that. You need to show me that
Yeah,
because
I'm gonna show you that. Actually, I had
yeah,
on my
whenever we talk
references.
about when it's not the object, it's just rule because ruler
Okay,
is the thing that we
maybe
use to measure.
through
Okay.
through this to this one, I'm gonna send you the link
All right.
from one of my resources
All right. Good. Good. Well,
so you can review that.
that was all, and just my last recommendation, of course. Well, time. Well, my dear, this is for you and everybody. So cool, cool, everybody. Thank you so much. Of course, we took a couple extra minutes to finish this, and we are just four. So I just can imagine being five. Thank you so much, everybody. You know something now about your feedback. I really hope you can finish your works, and your homework, and I think that you're gonna make an awesome work. Okay, being teachers, I wish you the best, and well, that will be all for today. Jimmy, come on, what is your question?
Teacher, I can see the video from my
Oh,
presentation.
I am stopping right now. I was waiting to finish the phone call.